I'm Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus of Threshold of Hineni, and this is me and my husband looking at you here. I'm going to walk you through the index pages for the journal and basically what you can do with those. Oops, I don't have it on the index, sorry. Okay, there are 4 pages at the beginning of the journal. After the year summary, there are 4 pages, 2 spreads for the index. And you can use this in a number of different ways. What I will probably do is have a topic on each line, like finances or worry or whatever it is that God works in my life. Since it's just 4 pages, I'm not going to worry too much about alphabetizing. I might put, like A through G on one page or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna fret over that because it's not a long index. It's not gonna be hard to find. But what you can do is you can write in these lines, like say faith was one thing that kept coming up. So you might want to have faith, and then you could write after it either the page number in the journal, or what I will probably do is I'll say like Jan uh, summaries, or DS for devotional summaries or something like that, just so that I know where to look. And then when I have another thing about faith in April, then I'll say APR, DS, or whatever. So just a code for where I can find that, just so that it's easy enough for me to look at when I want to see, well, what did God teach me last year about faith? Or what did God teach me about finances? What did He teach me about marriage or dealing with my children or whatever it is? So I can easily find what I'm looking for in my journal. Now, there's another reason for this, and I meant to mention this when I was talking about the um, summary pages, when I was talking about the year summary. One of the reasons for putting together a journal like this, in my mind, is that it's a way to leave a legacy. I'm going to be 58 in January. I almost forgot my birthday. I'm going to be 58 in January, which I know isn't like super old. I'm not like as old as my husband. He's really old. No, he's really not. But I'm not super old, but I'm old enough that I'm starting to feel like, okay, my days on this earth are limited, and I want to make sure that I've tied up loose ends and that I've left something of myself, something good, hopefully, for people who come after me. And so I look at this, not that somebody would want to publish my journal or anything, but maybe it would be helpful to somebody to see the things that I've struggled with and how God's brought me through them, or to see the summaries or something. I don't know, whatever. But I'm just hoping that it will bless somebody. And so I want to make it easy for them to use and easy for them to find stuff so that they don't have to look through and read everything. They can just find what they're interested in. Not that I have super great wisdom. Well, you know what? I should not say that. I have prayed for wisdom all my life. And God says that if we want something, we need to ask Him for it, and we have to ask in faith with believing, and that if we ask for wisdom, that He'll give us to that. So I'm going to say, yes, God gives me wisdom, and I want to pass that on. So anyway, so that's how the index works. And that was simple, right? There's room for you to make more notes out here in the margins, or to make some kinds of designs or something, whatever you want. Maybe write some verses or just leave it blank, whatever you want, whatever makes you feel really good. Because part of the thing with this kind of journaling is I want you to feel really good about it. If you like to just write and you want to keep everything perfectly neat, and maybe you write in drafting letters or something, do that. If that makes you feel good, that's great. If making little doodles and making a mess all over it makes you feel good because it looks really productive to you, then that's great too. That's one of the beauties of doing a journal this way, is that you can make it fit your personality. And that's part of what you're passing on to other people too, is your personality and how you do things. Even if it's a mess, and even if maybe you're not happy with how it looks, I think it's important for people to see the messes in our life and not think that everything's always perfect or that we're always so hugely spiritual or anything. One of my goals in my ministry is to always be open and transparent with people about the struggles that I go through without hanging somebody else's dirty clothes on out in public. But just letting people see what reality is, because when I was growing up, I grew up in a wonderful church, and I'm not trying to put them down in any way, but I had no clue as a child that any of the adults there struggled with anything. And if somebody did struggle and it was obvious to everyone, that person was shunned or, just really made to feel bad. And so I grew up thinking that it was not normal to have doubts or to sin sometimes or something. And it's been a really hard road for me to learn that God knows that we're but dust, and he knows that we're not perfect, and that he's working to help us grow. He doesn't expect us to be that on our own, and that life is just a mess, and that's okay. In fact, in a lot of ways it's good, and we'll talk about that another time. But I want to keep these videos really short. So anyway, thank you for watching or listening, and please be sure to like and subscribe so that you get reminders from YouTube. If you hit the little bell next to the subscribe button, you'll get reminders from YouTube. And comment if you have any questions about these pages. I will be showing you throughout the year how I'm using them, because I'll probably come up with some more ideas and stuff to share. And you don't have to do it the way that I do it. This is like totally for you. It's a place to not be overwhelmed. I want you to just keep it simple, unless you love doing things that are just creative and fancy. But this is going to be really simple. It's 330 pages, which I know sounds like, oh my gosh, how can I write that much? It's not hard, because you're only writing 1 or 2 sentences at a time. It's not a huge big deal. And so, I mean, you only have 4 pages for the index, and you don't have to use all that. You only have 1 page for the summary for your whole entire year, and you don't have to use all that either. So it's really going to be more about trying to keep things brief rather than writing a whole lot. And what I will be doing, because I need to write a whole lot, and some of you probably do too, is I'll continue to do my main journaling in another journal, but this is kind of my command center, I guess I would call it, and my place where I summarize things. And I'm just really excited, and I hope that some of you will be doing this with me and letting me know that you're doing it along with me, so that we can encourage each other. All right, this is Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus. Love you all. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.